So today we have MCU's Danny Rand, the Iron Fist, taking on MCU's Davos, the Steel Serpent. Who wins? Well, let's find out. So, after failing to become the Iron Fist to his best friend Danny Rand, Davos grew jealous of his friend. His envy turned into rage when Danny left his post to return home to New York City. After taking the chi from Danny through a ritual ceremony, Davos became the Iron Fist until Colleen Wing took it from him the same way he did. He's very physically impressive. He's strong enough to one-shot people regularly and to break bones with his strikes. He's tough enough to take numerous hits from Danny and Colleen while injured and to remain conscious after being hit with the shockwave of the Iron Fist punch twice. And he's fast enough to keep up or outpace Danny in a fight, and he can dodge bullets. He's also an expert acrobat. He's one of the best fighters and martial artists in the world, as he's consistently matched or bested Danny Rand and Colleen, who are also two of the best fighters in the whole MCU as well. He's also a very brutal fighter. And finally, as the Iron Fist, he can channel the chi of Shao Lao, most noticeably for the Iron Fist punch, which he used to kill several people and to completely destroy Danny and Colleen's house. It also enhances his stamina and resilience as well. But in the other corner, Danny Rand. After surviving a plane crash as a child, Danny Rand was found and adopted by Kunlun elders and was taken there. From there on, he was trained extensively every day alongside other students. After besting every other student, he was allowed to face the dragon Shao Lao. After Danny beat him, he absorbed his chi, becoming the immortal weapon, the Iron Fist. He's easily peak human, being strong enough to send people flying several feet with his kicks, and to punch a guy hard enough to flip him. He's tough enough to easily withstand being thrown around by Madame Gao, hits from Luke Cage, and remain conscious, and he's routinely withstood being sent through walls and pieces of furniture, and just kept on fighting. And he's fast and agile enough to flip over a speeding car in a split second, and to even dodge bullets. He's also one of the best fighters in the whole MCU, as he has bested Davos, Colleen, Bakuto, several hand ninjas quickly and single-handedly, and even held his own against Daredevil and Elektra. And all the names listed are extremely skilled fighters in their own right. He also has his chi, most noticeably for the Iron Fist punch. By channeling his chi in his hand becomes superhumanly powerful, as it was able to hurt and actually send Luke Cage absolutely flying, not once, but twice as well. So, just to clarify, both of these guys will have their Iron Fist chi, as it wouldn't be fair if one had it and the other didn't. So, who's physically better without their chi? Well, Davos has easily snapped necks, broke a man's leg with a kick, routinely ragdolled hand ninjas, sent Danny flying with a kick, and he's consistently one-shotted people. But Danny has also ragdolled hand ninjas, knocked out Murakami, who withstood hits from Luke Cage, kicked a hand student with enough force to knock out the other two behind him, and he's even caused Davos to flip backwards with an elbow strike. I'd say Davos is slightly stronger, simply because he doesn't hold back at all and aims to kill, and although Danny doesn't necessarily mind killing, he does try not to kill, which is holding back to some degree. So, what about durability? Well, Davos has remained conscious after a bloody battle with Danny that lasted for hours. He withstood several hits from Danny and Colleen while already injured, and he shrugged off being sent flying by the shockwaves of a chi punch twice, once while already injured as well. But Danny has also endured that same bloody battle and got right back up after being flung around by Madame Gao twice, easily shrugged off hits from Daredevil, Davos, and Elektra as the Black Sky, being stabbed, and he's even withstood hits from Luke Cage that would have normally knocked out a normal man. I'd say they're fairly even here. and now speed and agility. Well, Danny has dodged bullets, fought off several waves of hand students without getting tagged once, despite suffering from a stab wound. And he's even got a quick punch in on Daredevil, which is impressive because of Daredevil's speed and the fact that Daredevil should have seen it coming with all of his enhanced senses. He also flipped over a car, a speeding taxi, in fact, and a split-second notice. But Davos was able to keep up and even outpace Danny and Colleen in combat, meaning he could also probably do all of Danny's feats as well. But I'd say Danny is the more agile one here. So, they're close. What about fighting skill? Well, these two literally have the exact same amount of training and experience due to being extensively trained in Kunlun since they were young kids. Danny once said that everyone in Kunlun learned and mastered a new fighting style pretty much every single day, and Danny was there for 15 years. Davos had to have had the similar amount of time because these two grew up together in Kunlun. This also means that these two have mastered the exact same fighting forms. This is backed up by the fact that they were evenly matched in each of their fights throughout the series. Like, every time they fought, neither one had a clear advantage over the other, and the winner won either by technicality or by simple luck. Aside from each other though, Davos has bested or matched Colleen, besting her more times than not, and he's easily bested whole groups of skilled hen ninjas. And Danny has bested Murakami Bakudo, held his own with Elektra as the Black Sky, matched Colleen, and he even held his own well against Daredevil in a brief fight, although Matt did have the upper hand. The real difference between these two is that Davos is a more brutal fighter, while Danny is a smarter fighter. The reason why I say Danny is smarter is based off their fight in Kunlun for the right to face the dragon Shao Lao. This fight lasted for hours. It was bloody, brutal, and both were very exhausted. But Danny won in the end because he seen that the floor could reflect sunlight that was coming in from this window, lured Davos into it, momentarily blinded him, took advantage, and won the fight. That's why I'd say he's smarter. He's a smarter fighter. But at the end of the day, neither one are actually better than the other. Now, onto their chi. Most importantly, their chi punches, the Iron Fist punch. Well, they're equal. Both have the same amount of chi powers. Like, Danny used his punch to easily bust down a reinforced metal door, destroy the front end of a truck, create waves in a floor of Rand Industries by punching it, easily shatter swords and hatchets upon impact, blocked bullets, and he even sent Luke Cage absolutely flying twice, with the second time creating shockwaves that sent everyone else in the room absolutely flying. While Davos used it to routinely kill people by caving in their chest, destroy Danny and Colleen's home, destroy concrete, and it created a massive shockwave when it clashed with Colleen's chi punch. Seems pretty even to me. Only difference is that Davos is more brutal with it, while Danny normally uses it to just get the upper hand over an opponent, although he's not against using it to kill if he has to. So, who wins? Well, just like all their other fights throughout the series, it'd be insanely close. But I think I have to side with Danny on this one. Firstly, it seems like he technically won more of their fights throughout the series than Davos did. Secondly, he does have more experience with his chi, not much more, but more experience nonetheless. And thirdly, during season 2, Davos and Joy hired Mary Walker to kidnap Danny so they can perform the ritual on him to transfer the Iron Fist chi. Why couldn't Davos do it? Possibly because Davos knew that he couldn't get the job done. Like I said, it'd be a great fight, just like all their other ones, but I believe Danny would win it. the Iron Fist wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you think, and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos. Go do it. Go do it right now. And all the great stuff. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.